And when you know your purpose in life, you don't need
Mm-hmm.
other people's affirmation just to like, well, you
Yeah,
know what I mean.
that's true. Mm-hmm.
You just enjoy your
Yeah,
life, and then you
right.
don't bother what other people says because
Yeah.
you know who you are from the beginning.
Hello po to all our listeners and viewers out there. Welcome to our podcast, Kuwentuhan with Pinay Mom's Blogs. I'm your host, Tara. And on this episode po, I think it's going to be a fun and interesting episode. Lalo na po, ang kwentuhan po natin right now is our guest for today, who is also a mompreneur and a content creator here on YouTube. So please welcome our guest for today, Miss Gloria Celestes Verlinden from Weert in
From
the
Weert.
Netherlands.
Good
Yes.
morning.
Hello, Miss Gloria. Glory. Hello, Glory.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to the podcast of Ate Tara. I call her Ate.
Yeah, yeah. Yes.
So how are
Thank
you?
you. Yeah, I'm good. Maraming salamat sa pag-accept mo ng aking
It's
invitation.
my pleasure. It's totally my pleasure. I was like, when are you gonna podcast me? There was a time like that.
Oh, yeah? Oh.
And suddenly, like when I'm see your blogs and your videos, like and your podcast, like when you gonna podcast me again? And then I was looking at my schedule. Oh, not yet.
Well, now is a perfect time, isn't it?
Indeed, indeed. So
Yeah.
there's no late, no advance. It's just always a perfect timing. I
Yes.
believe in that saying.
Oh, yeah. Oh, that's good. That's good.
Because
That's good.
in biblically, because I grew up in like really a strict background.
Talaga, yeah.
Yes, I so totally. My mom is an evangelist, so but then
Okay.
my father is like a Catholic, and then
Mm-hmm.
I grew up with a really praying something, so which is here is not that really what they call them practicing, but
Yeah.
I do with my kids like whenever I get sick. Sam sometimes says our daughter Sam says like, "Mama, you want me to pray for you? I put my hands in your forehead." Yeah, that would be like
Oh.
fun. And
Oh.
and then yesterday, so I just arrived yesterday, as what I told you,
Yes, yes.
from England. So the kids are so excited and
To
everything.
have you back. Mommy is
Yes,
back.
oh, yeah.
Mm.
And then Sam says, "I like to sleep with mommy," and then Tim says, "I like to sleep with mommy too." And then Erin says last night, "And how about Daddy Tim? You want
Yeah.
to sleep with Daddy?" No, with mommy.
Oh, really? Ayaw na niya. Na-miss si
So he
mommy.
loves to as well. Sometimes we tend to like I sleep with Tim, Erwin sleep with Sam. Just to
Hmm.
like once a month we have a routine like that. Just to let the kids feel of we let them feel special when sleeping in our bed. So
Oh,
that
of
would be
course.
you did not did some naughty things this whole week, this whole time you've been so nice. Then you
It's
have
a reward.
yes, it's a reward, a kind of
Mm.
feeling like oh I want to hug it. And yesterday
Mhm.
evening, so when I did pray, then Tim is the one who's repeating my prayer. So
Talaga?
yes,
Oh.
and then when especially when I say in the blessing, in the love, sometimes he just um and sometimes when I pray, some says and the business done and mamita and upa and this one and good health done. Did
Oh,
you
okay.
forget
See?
that one? Still like that.
Oh.
And then the two of them is like, Amen, okay, sleep now. But then still needs to like cuddle and everything. So it's just
Mm-mm.
that kind of feeling like being a mother.
Yeah, yeah.
Though they have two culture that been being raised with them, but
Yeah.
there's a really a strong Filipino holds in their lives.
Oh, that's good to
But
hear.
yeah,
Yeah, that's good to hear kasi actually, especially now, yung when you come to think of it, here in the Netherlands, there's not a big population of
the culture of our
practicing their
culture.
religion also, or just the culture itself. Medyo masyadong diverse na.
Yeah,
So in that respect, it's good that we as Buitenlanders or like foreigners who live
foreigners.
here,
Yeah.
yeah, lalo na with our Philippine culture, now we still try to incorporate that in the Dutch way of life.
Yeah, but
Mhm.
I just so blessed of having my in-laws. I guess if
Okay.
my husband lives before in Amasport, which is like 1 hour and 45 minutes drive from where we are right now.
Mm-hmm.
And then actually his property there is bigger than what we have right now. But then I
Hmm.
told him if we're gonna stay there, I mean, what would be my relationship to your parents? Have you ever think of that?
Mhm.
And then I also told them like, do you want to like raise your kids without their grandpas and grandmas next with us? Because my parents is really far from us. You have to consider that one. So yes, he considered it one. So now, after all, he says like it's one of the best decision that he did to move here back in the south of the Netherlands.
Okay,
Yeah,
that's good.
so like he misses there like every there's all Sunday activity in that big city of Amersfoort, but he says like overall like having my mom whenever we need something like they are just 10 minutes away from our house.
Right.
Try. So like, oh mom, can you get the kids?
So handy.
Yeah, and sometimes we just surprise them. Okay, we can do our lunch now.
Right, right. Oh, that's
Sometimes
good.
like surprise like here in the Netherlands you always
Mhm.
need a schedule, even with your parents,
Yeah.
right? That's I there was a time like I'm just a very practical person in a way.
Mhm.
And then I told my husband, he really spanked my lobot, when I
Oh,
said
yeah. Mm.
he really spanked my lobot or something spank or kick me with kick me with my lobot. Because I told to my father-in-law that even if, knock the wood, God forbid, that
Yeah.
even if we're gonna separate as a couple,
Okay.
you don't know the universe.
Mhm.
So though we are very good couple, we talk a lot. But even if we're gonna separate and have different partners, I still, whenever his parents will get old, I still want to take care of them.
Oh,
I told them,
really?
and
Oh.
I
What
even
did he say? What did your husband
Eric
say?
kick my ass. No, it won't happen.
Talaga? Oh.
Just like that
Mm-mm.
because we're very protective with our kids. So
Yeah.
having an in-laws of having a good relationship without tiptoeing is a blessing. Because that's also a foundation of your marriage of how because sometimes now they are 50 years by law of the Netherlands, 50 years marriage.
Wow.
Yeah. And
God
then I
bless.
sometimes joke, oh, how did you come up with that one? And my father-in-law is just really like laughing. Like you have to do your rhythm. You have to understand. And then his words sometimes this is joke is like when your wife is happy, you are happy. However expensive is that.
Yeah. Okay. Oh, that's good. Then meron kayo example to
Yes,
follow.
and Erwin is an only child.
Oh, is he?
That he's
Okay.
only child.
Right.
So
And ikaw, how many brothers and sisters
I'm
do you
the
have?
youngest among the six.
Oh, really?
So I'm the
Okay.
youngest among the six.
Oh my gosh, Glory, we're completely the opposite. I'm the oldest of the six.
So, oh,
Ate
really?
talaga.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, kaya pala. So, it seems like there's a feeling of, okay, I have to call her. I guess
What feeling?
I don't know. It's just deep inside
Mhm.
me. I have to call you Ate Tara.
Mhm. Oh, that's okay.
So,
Yeah, a lot
yeah,
of people do.
yeah.
Mm,
And then
okay.
some call you Mommy Tara, but I just
Yeah.
like Ate Tara, just so sistery to me. Yes, I really feel
Oh,
that.
yeah. And to think now, we haven't actually met in person yet because we know each
That's
other
true.
from.
The thing is, we sometimes communicating, and then like in a certain of like a level of maturity in
Yeah.
different ways. So like,
Yeah, that's true. Right. Yeah. Well, I would love to know more about how family life is here in the Netherlands for you. But before we continue further, we'd like to know, gusto ko sanang malaman how it was before you got here. So what your childhood was like back home, or how did you get to moving here in Europe?
right.
Yeah. So where are you originally from? Are you from
I'm from
Davao or
Davao.
from
I'm
Okay.
from Davao. I was born in Bacolod, but then
Mhm.
we moved like when I was 1 year old. We moved to Davao, and that's where I grew up.
Okay.
And then, um, my childhood is my father is not always there because he's a journalist, and the life of the journalist.
Oh.
Sometimes you always travel in different area covering some certain, and then knowing these people. He knows a lot of priests because he was an assistant of a Latin priest before, but then during his childhood, so like he knows like Monsignor, blah blah blah,
Yeah,
something
yeah, yeah.
like
Okay, okay.
okay, because pardon, because they know him, and then when he knows that he is from that uh, sort of people, then they start speaking Latin. So when you speak Latin in the priest, then they were really acknowledge you. So when
Oh,
my
that's
mom and dad having an argument, they are using Spanish or English before.
really.
Yes, and that's how we like learn, eager to learn about English. You know, my English before it's so like uh they call it like crabbing like a rooster.
Okay, yeah.
One crab is one pig, one crab like English.
Yeah, yeah,
Like
yeah.
2 minutes only, and the rest is good. You know what
Okay.
I said? That's how my English, and then um I start to loving books. So I love reading. Then I love reading. I grew up with like we grew up in a small house, but we have a library. Imagine that.
That's nice.
In the wall lang, like pak, may plank ganyan, tapos nakalagay
Mm-mm.
yung book. So
Ayos, okay. Oh, I have a question for you guys. Did
yes.
you have like yung mga encyclopedias as well?
No, we don't
Oh,
have.
okay.
Actually, I start with the pocketbook because I'm so interested why my sister's taking time like kasi my mom's property is big. So it's
Yeah.
just nandyan lang siya sa may anong tawag siya sa Tagalog? Yung parang duyan.
Uh-uh.
Not a hammock, but it's parang duyan. And then we just
Uh-huh.
in love and sometimes she's laughing like paranoid. Something like that. Then
Uh-uh.
I start reading. Then when you understand the content of the book, when the you know the climax of the book and
Mm-hmm.
where they met the girl or something like
Mm-hmm.
that, the
Mm-hmm.
pocketbook. I really start in pocketbook. The pocketbook really helped.
Yeah, yeah. High school ganyan as
Yeah,
well.
so ganyan. And then
Mm-hmm.
I just enjoyed it. Just like that's my piece of time. And then I grew up with my mom is a strict one, while my dad it was before is also a military. He undergone military. So we
Mm.
have like my mom would then sakristan naman yung dad. So there's a mix, religion
Oo.
in the house.
Conservative na. Yeah.
So
Okay.
my mom is like, oh, did you fold your bed? Okay, you did your bed, and then my dad, okay, you did that one, and then later on, when you're doing eating or you doing your childhood thing, your kid thing, and my dad was said, did you already did your bed? Yeah, and did you pray? Oh, not yet. And then my dad was saying, there's always a number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You just go from the step 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You're not gonna jump from one going to the four. So go back to your room, and
Wow.
that's how I've been upbringing to me.
Mm-mm. Yeah.
Now I'm not like really like implementing the religious thing on my family, but we do, and my in-laws appreciate when the kid pray. And Lord, thank you for the food, even in the bed. Lord, thank you for the food.
Oh, even in the matutulog na food. Oh, but
Matutulog
it's
na, thank you
good
for the
though.
food. So I just told them, oh yeah, thank you for the food that we have in the cast, in the cabinet. So
Yeah. Yeah.
that's how they feel like we always appreciate what you have.
Mm-hmm. Oh, that's very important. Ha? Lalo na, I can imagine, especially here in Europe compared to, or even any other families outside the Philippines, di ba? There's a very strong tendency that we can be materialistic.
Before maybe at a younger age. So
Yeah.
I did not grow up with a silver spoon in my mouth, and
Mm-hmm.
then what they call that one. We grew up like eating a crop in our garden.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
It
Mm-hmm.
undergone that kind of really poorness in life. And then,
Mm-hmm.
when we have a meat before in the house, it's like a fiesta.
Yeah, 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 sa amin din, right? It's true. Yeah.
I
Mm-hmm.
remember that having avocado plant next to our house, I always love that avocado. It's so big. Like
Mm-hmm.
ang avocado nila ngayon is like
Ang liliit.
it's like 5 times bigger, and I can eat that one alone. That's my, when I eat avocado, I still right now, I peel it with my nails, turning it.
Really? Oh,
No, that's how I do it. And I enjoyed it.
but how do you eat it? With sugar or with salt?
No, nothing.
Oh,
Nothing, because it's ripe from the tree.
yeah.
So
Okay.
until now, I know. And then we get our eggs from the poultry because we have a running chicken. Actually, I'm not fan of native chicken.
Oh, meron kayo you have a farm then.
Yeah, because we have my mom's property is big. and the chicken is just running. And my mom has that, yeah, we have like more than 20 chickens or
Wow.
sometimes chickens, depends on the
Nanukan.
loka na. Ako, parang naumay na ako. So like, I saw them.
Yeah.
When I saw them, okay, I just kind of stare at the chicken. And
That's it.
I was like, okay, I'm going to eat that all. Later on,
Okay.
when my mom is calling the chicken in like afternoon snack, like, oh, I didn't see the other chicken. And then I said, it's on the pan. Like, you're so naughty.
Oh no. Talaga?
I'm like that. So we just eat like the food from the garden. So maybe that's why I sort of have an immunity, a strong immunity. Because I like Monday is my maybe 10th or 11th corona test. So everything is negative. So I'm happy to have that really every time, because I'm sort of person where I got a running nose. I really like squeeze the lemon right away with honey and ginger and boiled it. Okay. And there, even on my face is like, really, the taste is not that so yummy, but this is for the healthy, because I always remember my mom told me, eat what is healthy and not is good for your taste.
That's good.
So,
That's good. Yeah.
that's also my upbringing to my kids. Like sometimes our kids doesn't like the color, the texture, they don't like it, and then we always said to our kids, first try, and then when you don't like it, then you don't like it. Then we're gonna we can remember that one. If you try it, then you would know.
Okay.
So that's how we train our kids. So I came here, so like back in 2013, as maybe you saw one of our vlog, I went to Singapore. I was broken hearted and everything.
Okay.
I went
but
to Singapore.
when you went to Singapore, was it work?
No, it's just I was I have a 5 years relationship before my husband.
I see.
So
Okay.
I just wanna is the type of feeling like okay, maybe it's a new life, new beginning. Maybe I sort of look for a job as well there, but if it's not for you, it's not for you, I could say. So he flew as well. It's just wanna from the 6 years relationship, he want to go to Bali. Netherlands, there's want to go to Bali.
Yeah.
So we met up. We are a transient passenger in the Singapore airport. So I guess I am behind him, and he wants a cappuccino. And then usually I do that in the Philippines, like um, because I was on the phone calling my friend, and then I told the girl, make it two. She was looking at me. Maybe he was thinking I want to have a free coffee from his money. And then no, I have a card, and I just want him to have a one time making it so that he doesn't need to do it together. So and then I guess it's just destiny that the table available is like one table with two chairs.
Okay.
And then I gave him because before I was doing a booking ticket. So I gave him my last business card, and he messaged me in the Viber or something like that. But I don't have an interest, something like that. Like, okay, but later on it's like, okay, why not coconut? And because my father as well in the hospital at that time, he was diagnosed with the first stage colon cancer.
Oh,
So my thinking was not there to look for someone, and then it's just random. The second time I met is we got married.
really? Oh, I missed that story.
When you look at knowing Mrs. and Mr. Verlinden in our vlog, so that's partially.
Oh, when you were driving.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. I missed that part. Oh, okay.
It's like there's a question there, like, what is the thing that the funniest thing, but do you says that you are kind of blessing? That kind of question that comes into your life. I said, like, I guess marrying you.
Yeah.
So we called it like, so far we're so good couple, and that's how I traveled here. So
Okay.
As a family.
So was the travel difficult? The transfer, yung paglipat mo dito, or
no,
saan kayo kinasal muna? Saan kayo
Sa Davao kami kinasal, and then
pumunta siya. Okay.
And kami kinasal kasi he doesn't want divorce.
Okay. Smart. Okay. Okay. So family din niya pumunta sa Davao.
Yes, mom and dad pumunta sa Davao. So at first when he told he's doing jogging with his dad, he told me, like, even sometimes we're joking where we are in the table. So how did you meet again? We're joking us like, how did you tell me again, Erwin, when you have a girlfriend? And then So they did the jogging
Oh,
like 5 kilometers. Just and then and just like let's just have a. He told me that just have 5 kilometers jogging, and we just gonna talk a little bit because I wanna catch up with you as my father. He says something like that. You know
oh,
what?
okay. Mm-hmm.
And then suddenly, and then he says, "Dad, I have a girlfriend." Yeah, okay. And it's not from here. So he thought it's just like from Belgium or Germany or France, because it's not a Netherlanders. He says, okay. And then suddenly, oh, where's she from then? From the Philippines. Something like that. From the
Oh, that
Philippines, like it's in Asia, like it's so far. And
right.
I'm about to get married. As another looking at him.
Oh, ganun din, right? Okay. Oh,
And and I'm about to get married. Something like that. It's like one bump to another bump and to another bump. It's like, oh, that's a big. And then, did you tell your mother? Not yet, because I know she might gonna collapse.
right, right. Okay. Oh,
So next week, they told my mother-in-law, she's, oh, yeah, indeed, she almost collapsed. Like,
of course.
being protective mother, which is, I understand.
Only son pa.
Only son, plus I guess they having as well a hard time for the past relationship of Erwin.
Mm.
So and now that I have them, I feel like their love as well as a, and as their the sister-in-law, their daughter-in-law, because yesterday when I arrived, I did not anticipate that, okay, she already buys something like chicken, grilled chicken, everything is already really perfect, and I
Really?
will not be having a hard time.
Oh, 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 that's nice to prepare food.
Yes, she already prepared the food, buy this stuff and everything, and for today as well. So that when I was gone, she said, I sort of cleaned a little bit. She said,
Oh, how lucky.
and
Hindi lahat, not all mother-in-laws are like this, ah.
oh,
Although,
you know what? When I was pregnant with Tim, he
mhm.
just let me sleep, Glory, if you wanting to. And I was like, why my shower is clean already and everything. He doesn't want me to handle those chemical thing because he wanting to protect us grandkid as well. And then that's how they are. Sometimes my father-in-law is doing our gardening
Mhm.
and something like that. So you know what is Vertil Duke, ha? Yung parang sacks nilalagay
Yeah.
your gardening,
Mhm.
yeah, for the roots.
Mhm.
And then I enjoy doing because I love gardening. I love you
Oh,
can
okay.
if you can hire something like that.
Talaga? Okay.
I
Uh-huh.
really love gardening because I'm used to. I grew up with a big property, so I used to it.
Mhm.
So I doing like water duxes, and my father-in-law says, "Oh, you know how to do it, Lori? Like that is 1, 2, 3 kind of counts." And then Erin joked like, "Oh, I asked her if she knows how to do the wordle dog, or else I could not marry her." And like my husband
Oh,
joking like
mm-mm.
that.
Oh, that's good. Oh,
So my husband is
yeah. Yeah.
really like a joker, and my father-in-law is just like really a father. I certainly lost my father like 2 months before our wedding, but the Lord just blessed me
Oh,
so much
really?
now.
Okay. Mm.
Exact date. Like
Talaga?
my dad passed away on the um April 8th, 2015, and we got married. And my sister said, "Proceed your wedding." That it's I don't believe in like subo so something suko
Sukob. Oh, Sukob yung, yeah, same year na,
here the
yeah, same
diet.
year things happen. Oo. I
I don't believe
see.
in that one. And if you they says like if you believe in superstitious, it will happen to you.
Yeah.
But happily, I can say that Erwin and I, even the singles and Tabo, we talk about it.
Good.
And anytime Erwin can open my phone or whatever, sometimes I just say, I'm just gonna borrow your phone. Where is that photo that we had a photo? So there's nothing to hide
Walang
in
secrets. That's good.
secrets. And he's my in a business. He's my admin, so I don't need to like sometimes I ask him, do you need some? Yeah, I'm sometimes from what I'm earning from the salon, I'm sparing some amount for him. What do you want to buy anyway? Something
Right,
like
right, right. So there's also openness in the relationship. I think that's
that.
very important.
Yeah, and then we introduced to our kids the two culture, and then I said like, Dad, the tone of your voice. Sometimes the Dutch sometimes just throw the words like that. Some Tagalog people they just
Mhm.
"Nye, mo,"
Mhm.
ganyan na.
Mhm, 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 mhm.
Love, um, don't use it because other people is using it. It's just, you know, you don't need to be the same what others. You have to be different for you to be stand out.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's
Oh,
just
that's
I
good.
always say. So that's how
Yeah.
I learned as well from my father,
Mm-hmm.
and because my father before taught me of Erwin is the fourth guy that asked me to get married.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
And then
Oh.
there was a really close guy. I was like, this guy is so really business minded,
Mm-hmm.
sports minded. It's very sportive. And then
Mm-hmm.
there was a time he was from the training, and I was from my being his athlete, and I was training, and then we want to like say it like Glorieta, something like that, or
Mm-hmm. In the Philippines.
brown belt in the Philippines.
Mm-hmm.
And then I'm not a type of person that like sushi is my favorite. I mean, I can eat sushi, but it's not my favorite. Maybe that's the last option. If you guys go with the sushi, I'm okay. I'm not
Mm-hmm.
like, but at the time, I just want to love to eat like, maybe grill, and he's like a sports person, and he wants to eat like sushi or like fish, something for protein.
Mm-hmm.
And I said, oh, I just want to check something like that. I was looking for something where we can eat, and I heard behind my back, it's like, what the mother fudge?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I
Because
said,
you wanted to eat something more meaty.
yes, then what he wants to do. And I was like, really heard that, what the mother fudge. And it's like, okay, behind my back, because my father taught me, like, it's really changed my atmosphere. But I
Mm-hmm.
said, okay, let's just go eat there. Okay.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? When you
Yeah. Mm-mm.
don't want to argue, but okay, we
Uh-uh.
already have,
Pinagbigyan mo na, kumbaga. But at
oh,
the same time, parang naano ka na.
na ako kasi like, if I could not cook, if you're like that with me, and while we're still,
Mhm.
in touch,
Getting to know each other.
getting to know each other, how much more when we get married, because everything will differentiate where you're gonna eat, how he gonna treat
Mhm.
you,
Mhm.
you know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, because my father told me, like a mango, when you are like, um, parang medyo hinog na,
Yeah,
everyone wants you.
yeah.
Everyone wants to get you.
Pag
But
na-overripe,
pag na-over, once someone touch you and you fell in that muddy place, no one will want to get to you. That's what my father told me. So that's,
wow. Ang
well,
daming mga kasabihan na nale-learn mo from your parents,
yes,
ano?
they might be not the perfect parents, but
Yeah.
the way we want it to. And sometimes I
Mhm.
feel jealous with my kids. Like I told Erwin, like because we have a day like we just be in their bed and then jump, and then it just kind of wrestling with each other,
Mhm.
and how we try to like really like hold tight with the kids, and then you could not
Mhm.
win. The winner is something like
Mhm,
that.
mhm. Oh, nice. Mm.
So I told my husband, like, I'm jealous sometimes. Not totally jealous, but I wish I have a childhood like that. Like how
I
we
see.
do with our
Mm.
kids.
Mm.
Because I before I got married, I undergo some parenting trainings and seminars. I when I was still single, I go to my nephews and nieces' school asking them how they are. But
Okay, really?
practice
Okay.
being a parent in the
Yeah,
future.
so in a way, you really wanted to prepare yourself
Yeah, that's
for a
true.
family.
Yes, that's why I
Mhm.
sort of we did not I my husband did not really force me to work, because he knows in my heart that I really want to have time with the kids. Well, because for me the foundation of the kids until like baby to like 7 years old to 8 years old is the biggest foundation of how you treat your kids. Who is the
Very true.
you or the kids?
Mhm.
So just I mean, we are not perfect from what is the book written how to
Mhm.
be like that, but
Mhm.
I can also see the differences of some,
Right.
but you could not compare. That's how they bring their kids, but
Yeah.
you could not compare.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's your
Yeah.
rules in your house. That's the
Mhm.
rules, and there's no comparison. I
Yeah.
just respect how they are, something like that.
Yeah. The way
That
I see it. Oh, go
yeah,
ahead.
yeah. I'm chatty.
No, it's okay. It's okay. Yeah, go ahead.
So
Okay
that's
lang.
how my life, I mean, upbringing. My father is not always there in our house, but the upbringing he taught, because he's like, he says, I'm also a guy, been doing that and done there. So I want now that I have kids, I want to be protective with you, how you protect yourself from others whenever maybe I'm not around. So that's how
Mhm.
it is. So
Mhm.
it's And there was a time, you're in teenager natin na life, we are so like,
Yeah.
very
Yeah.
tendency of fighting words against our parents, something like that.
Yeah. May rebel stage tayo at that time.
Yes. And then
Yeah.
there was a time, maybe I was 13 years old. So I asked my mom, one time she's cooking egg. And, I already had two eggs. And I sort of like, oh, I still want to have eggs like that. And she gave me half of her egg. You want more? I can share with you.
Mm.
And then really like, I was like, posed, like, why my mom is doing that? Even I'm Malita. And then I asked her, Mom, why you are so nice with me? Even I'm so Maldita. It's really, I really take a post. And my mom just smiled and she said, teenager life is a little bit crucial age. And I know that. But then I know you from your heart that you love me because I raised you and I am your mother. Like, oink. Parang
Yeah. Yeah.
so,
Realization agad, Gloria.
your realization like that. But of course, indeed, like it's not always daily that you will remember that
Of
words. But
course, yeah.
when I got pregnant, like there's an automatic feeling of this is what my mother told me. You have to protect
Mm.
your child,
Mm.
your children,
Okay.
no matter what. And
Right.
however hungry you are, when your child likes to eat it, you just need to tell her you have to share. You could not get everything, but you're teaching her how to share. So
Yeah.
my kids right now always say, Sami Dalen. So like
Yeah.
that. To
Good, good,
share.
good. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Even a small cookie, because my mom
Mm-mm.
says like a small cookie, you could not just eat it all. If you have siblings, you have to share it.
Yeah, yeah, that's good.
And also Erwin learns from me because he doesn't.
Yeah, I can imagine. Wala siyang kapatid eh.
Wala siyang kapatid.
Right. Yeah. I was gonna ask you, what's the most challenging thing though na napapansin mong you face as a mom here with Tim and with Sam? Actually, for those listeners po and viewers who are not familiar much with Glory and her family, she actually has two kids, Erwin and Hirsch. They have two kids, Sam and Tim. How old is Sam and Tim ulit?
Sam is almost 7 by February. She will be turning 7, and Tim is 3.5, turning 4 by
Yes,
May.
yeah.
So yeah, it's so nice having a girl and a boy kind of.
Yeah. But the challenge of being a mom, what?
I'm not quite sure.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
No, because maybe my tune is a little bit high speech with the other mother. Like
Okay.
when I got mad, I count in Spanish like uno, come on, and
So yun yung ano, yun yung
you
parang
signal.
signal na galit ka na.
You know, say, I don't know because
That's so
I
cute. Uno.
I don't have really challenges because at age of 12, something like that, at
Mhm.
maybe 10, I start helping my sister growing up her child.
Yeah.
So
Mhm.
I've been being practiced already as what I
Mhm.
said earlier. I've been
Mhm.
already going to the seminars how to grow your kids, even in the simple. Like I
Right.
prepare clothes for Sam Monday to Friday.
Mhm.
Thursday is their sport
Wow.
day. So like even with Erwin, he would not struggle if I will be leaving for a week or two because everything is prepared, even
Prepared for.
something like that. So
Mhm.
um before that I put like a label of Monday. This is Monday, Tuesday in the hanger.
Mhm.
I already prepare. So I always ask Sam, I prepare it in the evening.
Okay.
Sam, there are two clothes. Do you want to use this one or this one today? So if you're gonna choose that one, that's the one that you're gonna use tomorrow. So even because I in the seminar, your kids needs when if you want your kids to be independent in the future, that you want them to be successful, even a single thing, you have to let them decide. Even the color of their like a baker, the glass.
Right. Mhm.
So the juice, which one do you want? This juice or that one? You tend to let them decide. So
Mhm.
that's what I
That's true. That's what I learned then. Mm-mm.
like even a single color you
Mhm.
have to let them decide. So whom you're gonna play today, and in terms of the kids wants to like play with the playmates and everything. So Sam is half day only in speaking of
Mm. Half
so
day na ba siya today?
have daily siya today. So
Oh, anong oras mo pipick upin?
I can message Erwin if he can pick up Sam.
Okay.
Like you can only play with your friend from the school Wednesday and Friday because that's only half day.
Mm-hmm.
So like Monday, Tuesday, and Thursday are their whole days. She could not play someone because especially Tuesday and Thursday because Tuesday she has a training for tennis in the afternoon.
Oh, she does.
She
Okay.
got tired. She doesn't have energy to play her tennis. And in the Thursday evening, she also has swimming lessons. So when she
Mm-hmm.
got tired, she might not do her performance. And we tend to let the kids walk, and we have like a routine, like once in a week we just do walking or like not really long walk like before because the kids are we don't do them in the stroller. We just you have to walk.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
the kids also like oh Tim is like I'm so tired. My
Mm.
knees are pain, and then he's so cute like mommy Tim is tired.
Oh. Mm.
Usually the kids say oh ik ben moe.
Yeah.
Like my team
Mm.
is like, I am tired. It's sort of like
Oh.
that.
In English pa, you
In
mean?
English,
Oh,
I'm
so cute. Yeah.
tired. And
What do they speak? Sa bahay pala. Sorry
oh,
to interrupt.
English and
Okay.
this, they understand Bisaya.
Do you
They
talk to them in
understand,
Bisaya?
yes.
Okay.
Yeah, I said, Sam, Jen, you get it, please. Like palihog, you get that one there
Mm-hmm.
next to the chair. So
Mm-hmm.
when I do try to speak with them in Bisaya before, I just like, oh, get that plate, the plato.
Mm-hmm.
So I just translate it, and then
Mm-hmm.
they know. And when team, we because when I did the flashcard, playing with the flashcard, I also what is that in Dutch? Oh, tell me what
Mm.
is that? And so I tend to like teach them.
Mm-hmm.
I don't really have a struggle of coming here, but maybe when when I was pregnant with Sam, I need to do like the training for like MBB, like something like that in the Philippines. MVV,
What is that? Oh, for the residence permit.
that's a residence permit, so
Mm-mm.
MVV. So that in the whole November, we already applied by September or maybe August something. September, I guess. And then my passport is still my surname before, like Manipol. And then the whole November, the whole embassy of the Netherlands in the entire globe doesn't open for the MVV because they are about to change.
What year was that? 2000.
2015. Oh no,
Okay.
14. They have to
Okay.
change the MVV the whole month.
Really?
So yes, and
You were staying in the Philippines then.
yes. So I was about to like we were planning to give birth here.
Okay.
They could not process the papers right away, and then I could only take my exam like in the middle of December. So by first week of January, I already like passed the 32 weeks, and the airline will not
Yeah.
allow you to fly.
No. Mm-hmm.
So if I did because we planned to like 1st of November or maybe 3rd of November, we planned that we could have just and then the papers already arrived like past January, so we couldn't
Mm-hmm.
do anything more.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, and
So
that's what
pinanganak pala
maybe
si Sam.
that's the struggle. But then at the same time, it's a kind of blessing because when Erwin did by February, end of February, I supposedly gonna give birth with Sam on the 24th of February,
Mm-hmm.
but she arrives on the 27th. But Erwin arrived on the 13th or in the 14th of February. So it's like, oh no, 13th, and we had a dinner like French dinner in the Philippines for our
Okay.
days. Like,
Yeah.
and he at least have like 2 weeks like having me like a baby bump, like feeling the tummy kicking, like he's so excited
Right.
to be a father or something like that.
Right. Hold on. So let me clarify. So you got married sa Davao in
Yeah,
2014, but
yeah,
then I guess he's just temporarily going there first until you
yes,
work with your MVV, which is
yeah,
to apply for a residency
yeah,
permit here in the Netherlands. But then
yeah,
at that time, umabot na ng 32 weeks ang iyong pregnancy.
yeah,
Was Sam born there then in the Philippines?
yes. Some
Tapos nag-fly na lang si Erwin there.
flies or no, I was still pregnant like 2 weeks before I gave birth. That
Yeah.
Erwin was there.
I see. Okay.
Whole time of my during the labor he was there. So like the our my daughter is so funny because like when you're like my water is already
Broke already.
broke already like 2 hours.
Water
We are
bag.
already in the hospital because I am delayed for like
Yeah.
2 days
Mm-hmm.
today. And then in that check out, I said, Doc, Glory, you are advised for admit something like that in the 25th, maybe in the 25th. Yeah, something like that because my due date is 24th.
Mm-hmm.
And then I said, Doc, maybe later because I still want to eat like kebab.
What? Okay. Talaga. Parang wala lang sa'yo pala.
I really don't have a problem with pregnancy. I don't
It's
vomit
good.
or anything, nothing. An elephant,
Yeah. For
something
both?
with the skin. With Tim, I did vomit one time. Like,
Okay.
oh, okay, that's the time I got pregnant.
Mm.
I tell you some story of that. It's so funny.
Mm-hmm.
And then, so yeah, Erwin was. I still have baby bumps when Erwin arrived. So I stayed there for 2 months, and he really, really
Okay.
enjoyed it. So
Oh,
he
that's
really
good.
enjoyed it a lot. I was like, oh, I miss like when he got home. I was like, I saw him. He's like, oh, easy. I'm gonna go back home. It's like, oh, how come it's easy for him?
Yeah.
So it's like for him as well, like, oh, I'm gonna head back home or something like that. Then after 2 days, it's like, what I'm doing here. My family is back home, and it's my family is in the
Uh-huh.
Philippines. My daughter and wife there. I was like, he
Oh,
almost, um, he almost like did some, I don't wanna, I wanna go to the Philippines and live. I said, no, you don't know what is Philippines love. So let's just because we're done with the MVB, so let's just go to the Netherlands, and then maybe we can decide later on because I don't want him to just decide abruptly. I want him to. I'm a type of person. I don't when I want something, I want to like do it like going to the. I don't really like abrupt buying.
you
I did
study. You study. You
study.
research on it.
Yeah,
Good.
there was a seminar with like I did like if you're gonna buy something, do you like it? Yeah, you don't like it. Can you afford it? Yes, you can afford it. And there's like how often you're gonna use it?
Yeah.
Another
Wow.
question. And the fourth is can you afford it?
Yeah.
Like how long it will take you. So before I fancy like expensive purse or something like that, but now I'm okay. I don't need other people's affirmation. When you're happy with your life, you're just wanting to help a little bit a person to encourage them how
Right.
they grow up with life because I'm full of positivity even though the hardship of the life younger.
Mm-hmm. That's good.
But when you turn your life into positivity and when you know your purpose in life, you don't need
Mm-hmm.
other people's affirmation just to like you
Yeah.
know what I mean.
That's true. Mm-hmm.
You just enjoy your
Yeah.
life and then you
Right.
don't bother what other people says because
Yeah.
you know who you are from the beginning
Yeah.
and
That's
no one.
actually that's very inspiring and very impressive of you, Glory, because not a lot of people are like that, huh?
I really
Especially,
don't understand like
yeah.
tantrums by God's grace.
Mm-hmm.
I really don't understand the tantrums and everything. And the problem here of postpartum.
The
I,
postpartum depression.
I don't understand that one,
Oh,
and,
good.
and I
Okay.
don't understand as well of having a problem living abroad because my mom before she's just gonna say, "Oh, you're packing your things again. When you're gonna come back?" She's not gonna ask me where you're
Talaga, where
going.
you're going?
How long you're gonna? Oh, when you're gonna come back? That's because my mom's philosophy is, however far you are, you always want to be home. That's what she says. However far you are, wherever you want to go, there's nothing feels like home.
Yeah.
So she just gonna say, when you gonna
Mhm.
come back? It's
Right, right,
how
right. With your kids right now, how often do you get them involved with the Philippines kahit na long distance?
um hmm, I always cook Filipino food.
Okay.
So that's no problem. It's so funny
Mhm.
because my kids like there are two small bowls. One is yogurt and one is rice. That's
They
how
will choose both. Oh, talaga.
like
Oh.
that. And my kids love lumpia and adobo. I don't like pancit. They don't have really. I don't really have a problem with them feeding. When
That's
they have
good.
a potato, they eat potato. When have rice, they eat rice.
Mm-hmm.
No, they don't have. And how I sort of not totally involved with the Filipino community here for some reason.
Mm-hmm.
And my husband respect that one, but I don't let my I let my kids talk with their aunties and uncle.
Mm-hmm. Do they have cousins in Philippines?
Yeah, they have cousins, and
Mm-hmm.
my two sisters are like in Hawaii, and one is in New
Okay.
York, Upper New York. So sometimes they're just talking like English because of like
Yeah, that's what they're used to.
Sam is so funny because she loves to she can communicate Dutch really fluently, but in terms of movies, she prefer to have English.
Really? Okay.
So she's oh,
Hmm.
not Dutch again. She's like that.
That's good. Mm-mm. Oh,
So
that's
when she's in the
nice.
other house, she respects that they speak Dutch. It's just
Mm-hmm.
you gonna watch movie with the Dutch. But in our house,
Mm-hmm.
she wants it to be her way. Let's
Of
do
course.
English. That's how
Mhm.
she is.
Oh,
So
okay.
and we have a rules in the house.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
The rules in our house is like we the kids could not watch TV that they like not until 10 a.m. either weekdays or weekends.
Okay.
They can only watch like ABCD and numbers.
Okay.
So that's how we rule. And then
Mm-hmm. When they were growing up before preschool,
yeah,
even up to now, Kai Sam.
even until now.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
And whenever we had sometimes when a little bit late, Erwin and I, it's like school days, like okay, the kids are already awake, so we just gotta just go down, help your brother get a food. You
Mm-hmm.
know how to do it, and she's helping her brother. So like we are so proud of her of how she deals with it, and she's really like a really dirty sister. Like oh, and I always tell her in the evening, like whispering like you help your brother when she needs help. Okay, mommy. And then Timmy, you love your sister, however bully she is to you. Like
Mm-hmm.
affirmation.
Mm-hmm. Right. Right.
So that is the rule. And then whenever in a weekend, no phone on the table. Because some says, okay, mommy, no phone. Something, oh, sorry, enough. I'm just looking something because someone asked me, no phone, mommy. So they know the rules.
Mm-hmm.
Because no toys on the table because the toys might gonna jump on the food and we don't like it to happen,
Yeah.
especially the group. So and when Tim is so boy that the track and then
Yeah.
Timmy
Mm-hmm.
yes. And when did we start having a toy on the table? It's like, oh, sorry, this is
Okay.
his own table.
So they're very disciplined kids.
Sometimes, yeah, we do it in discipline,
Mm-hmm.
but they always not discipline. We also have
Of course. Oh, they're still kids naman, di ba,
yeah.
mommy?
Sometimes I told some I remind mommy that I have to do that one later. Then she gonna
She
remind me.
does remind you too. Ah, okay.
So
How
that's
handy. Okay.
yeah. And then
Mm-hmm.
mama, especially when we go to grocery, some mommy, I reminding you that mommy needs to buy eggs, something like that. And the other thing is like, okay, mommy. Especially the paper note, you're like, oh, son, you have to remind me the paper note,
Yeah,
note.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
The
okay,
little
mommy. Then
cookies.
okay,
Mm-mm.
mommy, you forget you have to buy first that one. She's
Right,
gonna grab
right.
it because
Oh.
she knows the rules. So
Mm-hmm.
there are times like if you're gonna be nice this time, tomorrow you can get something in there. Do you know there in Yumbo where we grocery they have a small uh tashe for the kids in
Okay,
Yumbo.
yeah, uh-huh.
And
For
then they
kids, okay, a little bag.
two of them have it, and then they know which one is from them. And so okay, you can grab two things today. Like for example, like we have also Snoopy, so we can
Right.
you can get two things for you like chips. You can decide what you want, but
Oh,
doesn't mean
kahit
you
ano,
finish
right.
it right away. So okay, and you can get two. So that's how they've been trained just to get. So especially when we go to like city, what do
Yeah.
you want? Ice cream or you want uh, something to eat or something watch what you want to watch movie before the corona time we
Mm-hmm.
let some decided to do so, oh I
Mm-hmm.
want ice cream like that. Okay, then you know that we don't gonna watch like Frozen or something before
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
no because I'm gonna watch with mamita. So that's how she's like
And who is Mamita?
Mamita is Uma.
Oh, that's what they call her,
Yeah,
si
Mamita is
Lola.
Uma.
Okay.
My mother-in-law loves it how she is being called Mamita. It's like, oh
Mm.
my, oh, I feel so old.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
But
yeah.
Mamita is like something like, oh, it's so cute.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Parang may pagka-Spanish sounding rin, ano? Mommy, mamita.
Yeah, actually from mommy
Yeah.
and tita, mamita. That's why
Okay.
your mommy and your
Oh,
tita at the same time, but that's your grandma. So that's
right, right. Oh, that's
why.
so cute. Yeah, yeah.
And then
Nako, Glory. Whenever I hear stories about this, especially like the way how you're rearing how you're, yeah, ang tawag nila sa Dutch is opvoeden,
oh,
right? So, yeah.
yeah,
So, how you are, yeah, child rearing, how you're taking care
yeah.
of your kids. I really like it. It's very inspiring. Kasi you have
Thank you.
them, huh? Sorry?
Thank you.
Yeah, oh, you're welcome. No, and also I would love to add na dito sa Holland, it's actually very difficult to raise kids. Especially
No, with me, I really don't
oh
have a
really?
oh,
Okay.
oh. Because some knows the rules, and whenever if I could not pick her up, and every
Mhm.
gonna tell her already that your mamita gonna pick you up, and I don't know, maybe I'm just so protective with them
Mhm.
in terms of like that was the morning, like morning like 10 they couldn't watch TV the way they wanted, like
Right.
their snacks would be like between usually 3 p.m.
Okay, yeah. Mhm.
But then on the TV or the 10 a.m. I gonna give them like fruits. But afternoon they can only like what you want, ice cream or cookies or Snoopy. Yeah. They can only get two.
Mhm.
And so in the winter, of course, they can have one scoop or something, but they
Mhm.
hopefully not everything. And
Mhm. Mhm.
that's how we train them. You
Right.
know what you want,
Yeah.
and the rest you know that you have to be disciplined. Not everything.
Yeah, that's true. No, what I mean kasi with the what I said na it's very difficult to take care of kids. Well, don't get me wrong because usually sabi nga nila, di ba, the Dutch kids are the happiest kids in the world, they say, because you give
Yeah.
them so much freedom to
Yeah.
express themselves. Parang you treat them as an individual instead of like what they say, extension of your parents. Parang ganon, right? But
Yeah.
there are some moms who struggle, especially working moms or moms who are having difficulties with their kids na being exposed to like classmates or things like that. But they're at home with you guys, you really have a good stronghold with how you want your kids to grow up.
Yes, we
Mhm,
really before Erwin and I really discussed about that one that we're
mhm,
gonna grow our kids like two cultures, and
mhm,
um I respect your culture, you respect my culture, or sometimes
mhm.
and sometimes Erwin and I are saying that's too much, or same Erwin sometimes telling me yeah that's too much. Hello, my love, come here.
Hmm.
I love you.
Oh, speaking. Hi, Sam. Speaking of which, hi. Uh, how's school?
She's a little
It's a little,
bit.
yeah, a little bit. It's okay.
I love you. Can I eat that one in later? Okay, samin with Tim. She says that she got a chocolate from school,
Uh-huh.
Smarty Fit, and
Yeah.
okay, and then you're gonna eat that one later. Yeah, it's salmon with Tim. So she has
Oh, that's so cool. Yeah, she already knows. Oh, ang galing. Oh,
knows that
right.
she's gonna share
Right.
with her brother. So
Right.
lovely.
Again.
Oh, like Sam is always having we always like an opening campeona school. She always get like
Really?
yes,
Oh, wow.
her third time of having like the best of there like
Oh,
resultado
ang galing.
we tied and set out the speak in December. Like she sometimes having this at the back, and she is like reading fluent reading in this touch. Like
Yeah.
how
Uh-huh.
many words she read, like no
Mm-hmm.
not or something like that. And she
Mm-hmm.
know
Oh.
when the teacher this sorry
Yeah,
one
okay lang. Okay lang. Yeah, sige.
one time Erwin did the appointment with the teacher, but only one parent can go. And then
Mm-hmm.
there's a teacher who says like, oh, she's asking one question, and then when Sam did not raise her hand, so the teacher wants to know if she knows the answer.
Oh, okay.
Because most of the kids raised their hands, but
Yeah.
she didn't. I guess she's the only one did not.
Yeah.
And then she did not, and then she asked Sam, "Can you answer?" And then she said, "Oh, why are you asking me? I did not raise my hand."
Really? Oh.
But she knows the
Okay.
answer.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. At
Ye-
least that means she's giving chance to others.
Yes, but it's just so funny of how she's
Mm-hmm.
being
Uh,
But some is it's so funny of how she's being what they call that one. She's like a little bit sarcastic. Oh, why
yeah,
did you uh ask me? I did not raise my hand. So
yeah, yeah, yeah.
but
Oh,
she
that's
knows
nice.
she's in the group 3 and 4. She's only in the group 3, but
Mm-hmm.
her assignments is in the group 4.
Okay. Oh, that's nice. Oh, she's a smart kid then. Oh,
Actually, she already can read back then when she was group 2, but I don't know. I don't know. They don't want to accelerate her. Maybe they have something, and because they don't want the kids smart but emotionally something like that. Because
oh, okay. Sa school
has a
ninyo, right?
tendency
Mm-hmm.
of be a little bit a shy kid, something like that. So
Mm,
they don't want her emotion to be like mixed or undergone by the higher kids. So
right, right.
that's why they're mixing the 4 and the 5. So that's how they do it.
Yeah, so parang it'll help with the not just with the intellectual development, but also social,
Yeah, yeah, they
social,
emotion.
emotional.
Yeah.
Yeah, I really find it very impressive. Like I said earlier, I know yung how
Care
your
for mom.
mommy life is, and how you really take good care of your kids. And I can imagine also of the husband. So part of being a mom also is taking care of yourself. And I know that you also have you are an advocate for a healthy lifestyle, and also to live beautifully in a way that it's also about good health and being how should I say this? Parang, yeah, assurance of yourself.
Um, how I take care of myself is at first when you know your worth, you don't need to be bothered what other people says against you, because no matter how nice or ugly is your character, people will say against you that they don't like it. Saying some seems like your spirit crushes their spirit, so they don't want it, and then
Mm.
just let it flow. The most
Mhm.
important is you know your ground and it doesn't destroy you. And
Right.
as long as they will not hurt you, don't be bothered, because however beautiful or ugly you are, like
Mhm.
what is beautiful anyway, it's like most important is what is in your heart,
Right. Mhm.
what is your upbringing, and you don't want to we have also our limits, like andito ka lang sagad na.
Yeah.
Parang
Mhm.
ganon. But then you don't want to wait that kind of feeling, and you just you wanting to be um like what's the upbringing of your parents, of how you become, and that
Mhm.
as now you have a family, you want to bring those beautiful uh, upbringing of you, because like as what Chinkitan says, like one of
Mm.
his mentor back then in the Philippines, he says, you eat like a fish. You eat the meat, you throw the bones. What is applicable to you, you get that one. What is not, then throw it
Okay.
away.
Yeah, that's actually a
If
very nice
everything is
saying.
not applicable to you, then
Mhm.
don't adopt it. If that one
Mhm.
helps you, then adapt it. But don't too much involved with with
Right.
the negative people around you. They
Mhm.
sometimes can just say something when um, something against from one person to another. So that then don't listen to it. Don't too much indulge with it, and try to have a healthy lifestyle. I mean, I'm not in a good shape right now as I wanting to, but I guess the good thing about me and my husband is like we encourage each other to do sports. You like,
Mhm.
sometimes when my husband is like 3 days or 4 days without shaving, oh, you look like criminal. Do you wanting to?
Mhm. Mhm. I
so,
see. Right.
so
Yeah.
I also tell my husband like go out, hang out with your friend before
Mhm.
the time of the
Yeah,
lockdown.
corona.
Go
Mhm.
out, hang out with your friend, those friends that you value more and give credit and appreciate your time. You go out
Mhm.
with them,
Mhm.
because your life is not about house, kids, and me and
Mhm.
work.
Right.
You
Right.
have
Right.
to have your life. You have to have your what you call that one. You have to serve this kind of. There's a feeling of when you are with your wife and when you are with your friend. Those
Yeah,
different feeling. You
of course.
enjoy, but theirs are different. You
Mm-hmm.
can talk boy thing there. You can
Yeah,
talk to your
yeah,
wife,
yeah.
but that's
Mm-mm.
different. And I want him to be himself.
Right. You mentioned earlier.
But
Oh,
same with me. Like my husband likes, oh, he actually wants me to hang out with friends, go to the yeah, go to the spa if you like, go to the spa.
mm-hmm.
So my husband is encouraging me, and then now that I did study as an esthetician, and he says like I can see the potential of you, of how you take care of us and how you take
Mm-hmm.
care of my parents. I can see its
Mm-hmm.
potential.
Right. Speaking of esthetician, and you mentioned also before na your husband is also a partner in your business. I would
Yes.
like to talk a little bit about that. How did that come about? Yung the
No,
business aspect
right,
of
right.
the family.
I'm always having a like for me like five. I'm sorry, maybe not for everyone. Maybe not everyone has the opportunity, but
Mm-hmm.
I don't believe like in 8 5 p.m. lifestyle like
Okay.
in punch out. Like you have to
Mm-hmm.
sort out. And so baga, don't put your eggs in one basket.
Okay.
So
Yeah.
when
Mm-hmm.
when that one breaks, then what? And then for me it's like I feel it in my heart. The same thing with I always have a dream board, and it's there's like I had dream board from 2010 2020, and like
Wow.
80 things I hated, including my marriage. I hated in the really specific. I put
Talaga.
there 2014 with the face of the guy and a face's question mark.
You're kidding.
I'm not kidding.
2014.
Yes, and I made that.
Parang premonition.
Yes, because you attract what you could. I believe in that, and
Hey.
I says in my that I made a dream board in 2010.
Mm-hmm.
No, 2009 to be into that to start in 2010. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So
Mm-hmm.
it's like 2010 to 2020. So I hit 17, like going to Europe in mid 2015, which is I arrived in Europe in August.
Okay.
So I go Singapore with leadership trainings and everything. I did that one.
Mm-hmm.
That's why I went to Singapore.
Mm-hmm.
I went to Hawaii, and then it's also there in the book, in my dream board.
Right. Mm-hmm.
Right. So I really feel in my heart that there's something more than working. You know,
Okay.
I even I told it to my husband, there's something that we can do than working. So let's sort it out. And what they call that one, we always like there's always a space for learning.
Yes. Uh-huh.
Right? If you feel something there, it's your either you break it or make you. So don't go to the break it, because I always says to my, because my name is Celestes, and the Celestes in the Latin is like celestial, and other word for glory is victorious. So
Okay.
like I did not born to just fail or something. Failure is just the process of getting there. So that's how I deal with it. So because of I decided to be esthetician is because I love seeing people taking care of themselves. I
Mm-hmm.
don't fancy too much makeup. Maybe you can say that I don't really use before I do makeup,
Mm-hmm.
but not really like so dark and something like that. Because
Mm-hmm.
I believe that the healing yourself is like you accepting yourself of who you are and showing to the people of who you are.
Yeah.
And putting a lot of chemicals doesn't heal you. Like people just covering their acne and everything instead of healing it. So that's how I start wanting to become like that. And I know that when a right person can tell to the people, and you have a right education plus a right equipment for that, then
Yeah.
you could help people. And it's so
You can
nice.
convince also people.
It's so nice with my clients, either young and old, when they go to my spa, they are having a skin problem or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
Because you don't diagnose, but you tell them, because you have to have a form before you
Mm-hmm.
gonna do something with them. I have a form to let them see, like, okay, do you have something like that, and you have to take photo for purposes of legalization
Yeah.
before
Mm-hmm.
and after.
Okay. Right. Right.
So
Right.
I'm also using, the liquid for before you do the surgery.
Yeah.
I do the dermaplaning.
Mm-hmm.
Also using that kind of liquid and after the process, and then
Okay.
so you're really hygienic. And when you do the what they call that one, the scalp peel. So I
Yeah.
went to England, and you can. This is the really for the doctor to put up together. So like
Mm-hmm.
almost like really doctor, then you have to have.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So anyway, I
Right.
always love seeing people with their smile after the transition of doing their hair, even their lashes. When you massage their face, soldier massage, soldier scalder.
Yeah. Shoulder.
Kasi parang naano
Did you
na ako sa
switch?
word. No, nagiging French na.
Mm-mm, mm-mm.
So yung massage mo from the shoulder to the face, and they enjoy it and they love it. They didn't release, and then thank you for doing that, and I really feel relaxed and everything. And they just you love that kind of feeling that you give
Right.
more life
Mm-hmm,
of
mm-hmm.
like because when you have an acne, because I understand that one as well, even how beautiful you are or how perfect is your body, when you have an acne, it lowers your self-esteem.
If you're very conscious about it, yes. Mm-mm.
Yes, if you're
Right.
really conscious about it. But
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
of course, when you're facing the client and they can see you have an acne, so
Yes.
not
That too. Mm-mm.
yan, nilagay ko na lahat, pati yung damo siguro.
Para lang.
Para lang.
Oo, okay. Mm,
So that's
I
my
see.
that's my that's my husband see it as well, that I'm really good at taking care of people and good in communicating people, and she sees me as a wife and mother to his kids. Like I'm really good at taking care of things with the
Yeah.
kids. You know,
Wow. Very inspiring talaga. I
I
really like to hear
I
stories like
really,
this.
I really see people like they have a skin problem and
Mm.
sometimes you couldn't afford. You know what I
That
mean?
too. That's
Oh, and
true.
then you just
Mm-mm.
need to. You don't really need to go expensive treatment. You just need to
Mm-hmm.
have time for yourself, and you
Mm-hmm.
educate the people how
Yeah.
you're gonna take care of yourself,
Yeah.
because
Yeah.
the most important when to clean the face is in the evening after all the dirts,
I did hear about that.
because in the evening our skin opens, of course.
Right. Okay.
So when the skin
At
opens,
saka yung dust and all the particles throughout the
all the
day.
particles is in your, and we hear that when your pillow is a cotton,
Mm-hmm.
the cotton sucks the oil in your face. That's why it become dry.
Oh, is that so?
Yeah, sometimes that's why the rich people buys the silk.
Oh, is that so? May make sense yan Okay. Naku, cotton kami rito sa bahay. All right.
Yes, as well cotton. So anyway, that's some
Right.
kind of
Okay. Mm-hmm.
yeah, different types, like whatever is you of your like cotton. They sip, they suck.
Yeah,
Right?
that's true. Mm-mm, that's true.
So when you're
Okay.
sleeping, and according to Dr. Vicky Bello, when you sleep, you just tend to like lay down like that. But sometimes it's so nice to
It's
do like that.
difficult. Yeah.
So
Mhm.
I tend to use sometimes with a little bit like that.
What is it?
No,
Meron kang another.
parang, no, when I don't want my face in the pillow. I just do sometimes like that. But it's not
Really, when you
healthy.
sleep with your hand?
Yeah, with your hand, so that
Okay.
I don't want my face on the pillow.
Mm-mm.
I don't know.
Oh, okay. Mm-mm.
Siguro kaartihan ko lang, but because of like you can see wherever you sleep on your
Yeah,
side is more wrinkles than the other side.
that's true. You'll know which side you slept.
Yes.
Mm-mm.
So
Oh, okay.
ah
I didn't know. I learned something new all the time, din ah. Hello again, our listeners and viewers here in Kuwentuhan and Pinay Mom's Blogs. My name is Tara, and we are back. Actually, if you notice, medyo it's a couple of hours, or actually more, later. Now we're going to continue on with our interview and Kuwentuhan with Miss Glory Celestes Verlinden. Yan. Hello, Miss
thank
Glory.
you so much
Yes.
for having me back.
Right. And I apologize earlier. I just realized na, yeah, actually I mispronounced your name. O,
It's
diba?
okay. No,
All
it's okay.
right.
I'm
Yes.
okay with it.
Yeah.
Like, but
Okay,
thank
so
you.
yeah. Oh, you're welcome. Ituloy na natin yung kwentuhan natin from earlier.
Where we are.
Medyo na nagkaroon tayo ng a little bit of a pause. But indeed, actually, tulad nga na nasabi ko kanina sa'yo, na text ko, no, tinignan ko lahat ng mga pillowcases namin.
It changes how
From
you like.
cotton. Yeah. Because actually, I've been learning a lot about what you've mentioned about yung how you care for your skin. I think it's very important.
I mean, I don't have a perfect skin,
Mm-hmm,
and
mm-hmm.
actually, I just got pimples like pasalubong from my travel.
Oh, okay. Okay. Mm.
Anyhow, everything can be vulnerable kasi with our skin, like from like for example now that we are about to face the winter time. So
Mm-hmm.
going out, if you don't cover your hand with gloves, it's so cold,
Yeah.
and you might gonna get some dry skin. And then
Yeah.
when you go inside the house, and then it changes the atmosphere because of cold or because of the warm,
Mm-hmm.
and it could affect your nails. Sometimes your nails are so brittle.
Yeah,
So what
it's
I'm
true.
doing usually with that is that
Right.
I do like an oil, olive oil, and put it,
Okay.
the olive oil a little bit warm. Of sometimes you don't need to warm.
Right,
Just
right.
put the cotton tips, and then you rub it
Mm-hmm.
there so that the oil go inside your skin to
Mm-hmm.
make it a little bit what you call it, wet it so that it's not,
Yeah,
it's coated.
moisten. Yeah. Pero sis, when you say olive oil, the normal olive oil
The
na cooking
normal
oil,
olive oil,
pwede,
wag
right?
yung use oil na ginamitan natin. But the normal olive oil.
Okay.
Yeah, so just put the
Oh.
cotton pads on it, cotton tips on it. Cotton pads is
Mm-hmm.
also okay, but
Yeah.
just kind of rub on the edge side.
Okay.
So that's how yeah. Actually, I got long nails always, and I
Mm-hmm.
always have a natural nails.
Oh,
So,
really?
and when
Wow. So you really take good care of your nails. Otherwise, kasi, like for
I
example, in
don't
my
know.
case,
Yeah, I don't know because I'm gardening. Sometimes I don't wear gloves. Sometimes
oh,
I wear gloves.
mm-hmm.
But then in terms of my nails, maybe they are strong. Yeah, and the thing is, what they call that one? With my nails, when I like now, I have a color nail, so I just
Mm-hmm.
let it stay. The longer is 2 weeks, and then I let it rest. So I
Okay.
don't remove it and do another color right away. I rest it for like a week or more.
Okay.
And then when I feel like, oh, I have to do glam because I have a activity or something, that's the time that I want my nails
Mm-hmm.
to be having a nail polish.
Right.
Aside from that, I'm okay. So I don't really need to do my nails fancy. I just did it because of I'm about to travel. Of course,
Yeah. Yeah. Mm-mm. With the training and
you just
things.
you just wanting to like look like presentable and a little bit
Mm-hmm. Of
classy.
course. Yeah. Yeah. How
Yes.
is business so far? How is it doing?
Um, it's not totally like so busy because team is like I'm only accepting Monday and Thursday, and
Okay.
Saturday would be appointment if they are really wanting to, but most of the time I only accept Monday and Thursday, and yeah, Tuesday later. I could only service like 3 hours during that days because of team is in the school.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
But then when clients also is filling up the days of that I'm available with, and
Okay.
I love to hear that the feedback and everything. But since the Corona time, so they a little bit skeptic, and you don't want to um
Be too forward.
when the rules is there because you know what's happening right now, so you don't want to disobey the rules because
Yeah,
of
that's true.
you know.
Para siyang contact care din kasi siya.
Yeah, so
I see.
yeah, contacting kasi siya. Though every time I have a client, I always put my mask on, even with or without corona, because you're
Mm-hmm.
dealing with the nails and the faces of people. Some
Mm-hmm.
riddles kasi like you can inhale it and it could be affect with your how you.
Okay. Okay. For those listeners and viewers natin who might be interested on something of the similar business, so what do you advise for them to do or how to start something like this? Yung starting your own business. Is it difficult here in the Netherlands
I
or
guess I started with the vlogging. You remember that I
yes?
did the vlogging,
Mm-hmm.
and then
Mm-hmm.
sort of I don't want to force the kids anymore. Like okay, we're gonna take this video and everything. So
Mm-hmm.
I told my husband, like, okay, if it doesn't work, it doesn't work. We don't need to force things. So if I'm gonna, um, so now we don't have activity like for 7 months
Mm-hmm.
because of I'm wanting him to feel comfortable. And I told my husband, okay, I'm gonna go back to vlogging whenever the salon is fully done, and
Mm-hmm.
what would be my focus is the people's faces that I would take advice. So my advice for other people is like um I don't know, not really not really that I don't know,
Mm-hmm.
because there's a pros and cons.
Okay.
Sometimes, yeah, you have to register your business, and then the Kavika will check on it.
Mm-hmm.
Then, of course, if you like what you're doing and if it is profitable, and then, kasi meron siyang limited amount na dapat mo, like for example, within the budget of with the earning of, yeah, 2,000 or 5,000 in whole year, then you have to
Mm-hmm.
pay your taxes and everything.
Yeah. Okay.
So for now, I don't pay taxes yet.
Yes. Mm-hmm. Pagka nag-grow yung business, of course,
But with
then
business grows, but we are already paying our taxes, huh? And at the same time, every 3 months, that's why I said there's always a pros and cons, because you can buy it
okay.
for, like, if I will buy a new phone, which is for me right now, it's not necessarily.
Yeah.
So I don't really like a new gadget, because of I just need a useful phone, and my phone is, my phone is working good for me for now. So
Mm-hmm.
I don't need a so material thing now. I have my other focus, like to buy the things that I need in the salon. So that's my more
Yes.
priority than having a new phone. So sa
Mm-hmm.
baga, when the business is doing good, then I can afford 10 phones. Why would I
That's
sacrifice
true.
right now? So that's how my husband and I think. So,
Oh, makes
and
sense.
also we always says, even in the little, do you need
Mm-hmm.
it or you want it? Think of it.
Yeah. Oh, yung five things na you have to think
Yeah,
about before you purchase anything.
yeah. As I said, but aside from that, just a rough, like, do you need it or you want it? Because sometimes, when you're hungry, you can see a lot of things. So,
Right. Right. Right.
in marketing school, is that, have you noticed that everything for sale is color red? If you notice that,
Yeah, that's true.
because the
Yung
color of
mga
the meat is red, so you become, like, that is red, that is, I
yeah.
like it. So it's, and
Yeah.
also the color red is sometimes looking more attractive than some other
Right.
colors.
Right.
And
Actually,
we just turned 7 years married last June. And
okay.
for that,
Oh. Mhm.
my husband asked me, what do you want for anniversary? As husband always like that. And I said, okay, since I'm studying, I love a dictionary of all the things that he asked.
Okay.
I could have asked like Louis Vuitton bag, I like that,
Yeah.
maybe, or something. No, because for me it's like material thing. You could not bring it whenever you know.
Did he get you kinuha na ka ng
This is
dictionary
what he
after all?
did. Okay,
Yeah.
he becomes practical as me. The next day before the wedding day, he went to the library. He got me three different dictionary this thick, because I told him I want the big one, like,
Mm-hmm.
because I'm studying at the time. So he had a English. The definition is Dutch. Is There's a Dutch definition is English, and he has like English, full English,
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
word and definition. So he told me that, which one works for you? I give you 2 weeks for that, because I have to return it like in the
Oh,
6.
okay.
So which one
Okay.
great, which one works for you better, then I'm gonna get it for you. And then I said, okay, I'm gonna get this one. So he purchased that book, so thick as this.
Oh, hold on. So in the end, okay, so parang what he did was he let you choose first. And then
Yes,
after choosing from out of the three, he did buy you a
yes,
new one of whatever you chose.
yes. Because
Oh,
it's
that's
so
still sweet.
practical. It's so
Mm-hmm.
practical. Like, if he gonna buy that book, then later on, it's not. The dictionary doesn't work with me fine. Then
Right.
it's a waste of money.
Oh, yeah, yeah,
It's just
yeah.
a small thing, but it's really
Right.
very
It's
smart.
actually very smart. Yeah. Yeah. I was
Yeah.
gonna say,
So yeah.
that's nice. Yeah.
So that's how he.
Okay.
That's how he
Mhm.
did it.
Yeah, yeah.
Because
Oh,
he's
that's
becoming
good.
starting to be practical as well. Like,
Mm-hmm.
before, he until now we still have, like, yes, plates, like, it's a little bit expensive. Let's say whenever this everything is down, break, then we're gonna just buy something from cheaper market, because the most important is what's on the top of the plate, not underneath of the brand.
Okay.
So that's how
Well,
picky he was.
mm-hmm, mm-hmm. That's good though, because you know which ones kumbaga, I'd like to say na you really value money and also,
Yeah,
well, in a way, it's being practical, but a smart practical.
yeah. I sort of like, I don't know. Maybe I grew up of being, at the young age of maybe 9, I was helping in the market, the supermarket, no, the wet market, I could say, the wet
Mm-hmm.
market, like selling juices or something. Then
Oh,
I learned
really? Okay.
how to earn, hard earned money. I learned
Mm-hmm.
that. And then
Right, right,
that's
right.
what I told my kids, like, if you guys, so I'm teaching some, you gonna read or you're gonna wash your baonan. So that's how, whenever she comes home, I let
Mm-hmm.
her choose. You're gonna read or you wash your baonan. You
Oo
know,
nga, I
the,
noticed that
the,
on
the
the
lunch
channel.
box. So I want to read. Okay, go ahead, read. Educate yourself. I will do the rest.
Yeah,
So
okay.
that's how
Mm.
I do it. And then I sort of like, okay, you read, you have €1. So there's an extra because for me, education is important. You educate
Yes,
yourself.
right,
I
right,
don't
right.
want you to end up working with somebody else's dream, something like that. So
Yeah, that's
at a young
true.
age, I'm sort of, encouraging her to be yourself, to be
Right.
educate yourself.
Yeah. Sis, I'm curious, how do you spend weekends together then as a family, even pre-corona times?
Um, we actually don't use that much a phone in a weekend, not unless it's important. But
Okay.
what we do is Sunday, we are sitting in this one. We call this one a lazy table.
Okay. So
you know,
living room ninyo,
the salon tafel,
right?
in the sala, we call it like
Yeah.
salon tafel, right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So either we're gonna make, we're gonna have a from takeout or something, or we just
Mm-hmm.
gonna make our own for simple food, and then we watch movie together.
On a Sunday.
Yes, and the Sunday
Oh,
after,
that's nice.
yeah, and the Sunday. And on Saturday, we just do walking most of the time and having fun with the kids.
Yeah, because actually, I want to also let our listeners and viewers know, no, like I said earlier, that Miss Glory here, she is also a content creator, so they do have a YouTube channel. If you'd like, because you have very beautiful videos of family times together, on top of your what is it, cooking videos. I like that too.
Yeah,
Right, so
I love cooking. Like, a family, like they always says, like, when my mother-in-law, my in-laws
mhm.
are here in his aunt, like I always cook really like good, like not so
Mhm.
always presentable, but I make it sure that they like, oh, I love this
Right, right, right.
one.
They're
And
not picky.
no, they're not.
That's good.
I can
Parang
cook adobo,
in-laws
I
pa
can
rin.
cook caldereta, whatever.
Right, yeah,
Like
yeah.
my husband, when he goes to Asian like store,
Uh-huh.
he's gonna say, calling me, love, I don't see the dried fish that I like here.
You're kidding. Kumakain siya ng dried fish, tuyo?
Yes. No,
Okay, my husband doesn't do that though.
he doesn't.
Mm.
Ah, where's the dried fish? I don't know. I'm not working in that area.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
And then he
Mm.
said, I hate you sometimes.
Does he
he,
try also bagoong? Alamang like that?
he tried with the kare kare.
Yeah. Okay. If
Tried
it
with the
comes
kare
to with the
kare.
dish.
Yes, it comes with a dish, but with a, I always love the different, like Iloilo bagoong when in terms of mango.
Oh yes. Oo, ako
The
din.
Iloilo
Yeah, we do
bagoong
the
with the
same. Yeah.
sinamak and everything, that I love it.
Mm.
And it's like,
Yeah. Yeah.
he's like that. He doesn't like that much the bagoong
Okay.
compared
Mm-hmm.
with the ginisang bagoong.
Right, right,
But
right.
when we are in the Philippines and I was like pregnant with Sam, you know what he ordered? Pinakbet. Oh, he lavish it.
Really?
He lavish it.
Okay.
He even finished
Hmm.
it. I like,
Good.
guess you're the Filipino, not me,
Mm-mm-mm-mm.
because I
Yeah.
ordered the chicken.
Yeah, yeah,
So yes,
yeah.
Erwin is not picky in terms of food. He is,
Okay.
and my in-laws as well. Like, I'm also
Right.
not picky. I'm just like, I'm asking what is it, and then sometimes they're like, when the uncle and father and my in-laws are here, they always like talk, and then they said, "Oh, it always feels like I'm in a restaurant."
Oh, talaga?
Yes, because when I do serve, I always ask them, like, "What do you want? You want some beers, or you want some wines with it, or
Mhm.
juice, or what?" So I let them feel at home, and
Yeah.
I let them feel like it's not everyday activity. So I want to make it special.
Right. Oh, that's really
So,
nice to hear. Oh, I'm
and
pretty sure that they appreciate that.
yes, and you know what I do? I always got like bakya, yung boxes from the
Mm-hmm.
Chinese restaurant.
Uh-huh.
Okay, take home, bring it home.
Talaga?
Yes, and then
Oh, that's nice, right?
yeah, and
Mm-hmm.
then like they did not expect that, but I just always like, oh, whenever you get hungry, then you can get something from the fridge. You stuck it in the freezer, you can always grab it.
Right.
That's how
Okay.
I do it. And then they I fully appreciate it. Like, oh,
Right.
because you could be like educated or something or buy some expensive material things, but kindness is free.
Yes. That's
So
very true.
no, kindness is free, and you could not replace it with the material things, and that's the most um tawag niyan um be good and to be the best, because being good, that's what makes you the best.
Wow.
Di
Again,
ba?
again. Be what? Ang ganda
be,
naman.
be good than being the best, because being good is what makes you the best.
Oh, that's really nice. So be good and be
Be good
good
than being the best.
than being the best, because if
Being
you
good, that's
uh-huh.
what makes you the best.
Right, being good. Okay.
I'm not perfect wife as well, but I try to be always ask my husband how is his day, whom he talked with today, and it's not about curious of if you
Mm-hmm.
can flirting or someone, but
Mm-hmm.
just try to connect, because it's also important connecting with your spouse of how is their day, tiring or something. What is the most exciting day? It's not just like how are you? It's good, something like
Yeah.
that. It's nothing. It's
Mm-mm.
always like find a deeper communication and connection with your spouse, because having and listening to your spouse problem, maybe not everything, but being connected with them is also important.
Mm-hmm.
It's a
Yeah.
deeper relationship to having a good communication and being open with each other,
Mm,
and always
that's
have
good.
positivity, like um why I am, of all the places in the world, why I am here. So
Yeah.
just bring out those, oh, who you are before and what you wanting to achieve, and apply
Mm-hmm.
it of how things you are in your situation, either you're working or doing your business,
Right.
how you can help the community with not only in your surroundings but
Mm-hmm.
also other people that needs really help or understanding.
Right. A couple of last questions for you, Sis
Sure.
Glory. Like, for example, because we also have viewers from the Philippines.
Right.
So I usually ask this question then sa mga guests ko rito sa
Okay,
podcast.
carry on.
So for our viewers and listeners from the Philippines, what would you advise to them with regards to if they say they are planning or wanting to live abroad and maybe start a family here or even try to have a business here. So,
Or
what would you advise to them?
um living abroad is not that easy. You might be gonna miss the food, the place that you're used to, because here we have different weather. When you are not yet living abroad, it's like, oh, the cold is so nice. But actually, when after 2 years, you just want to get rid of it. Honestly,
Yes. Ako, after 3 days, na next, no, I don't want it anymore.
but there are different challenges and everything. But
Yeah.
when you having a privilege of living abroad, for some of us Filipinos, it could be passport for having a good life to give to your family back home. But if you are already having a family and wanting to live abroad, I guess try to um, look for a good extra earning there, and don't leave your family, because it's not easy to live here, and the pressure of living away from your family. You couldn't see your family, what's going on and everything. It's not
Mm-hmm.
that easy. So when you're working, just try to have an extra income together with your spouse that really works, that is really close to your heart, because it is important that you love what you're doing, so you
Yeah.
don't work every day, you're just having doing what you really love to do. And that's how I do it, because I love taking care of other people's faces and how they feel connecting with them.
Okay.
And that's why I actually like public speaking. That's why I had a connection as well, like I did as well, like a toastmaster, because I wanted to
You did.
communicate. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. And I do have some different international organization, but then when there's really a calling, like how can you help other people, just a small thing like
Yeah.
that's, and then sometimes having a skin problem makes you really like vitiligo or albinism. It's really hard sometimes to like how to boost your self-esteem.
Yeah, that's true.
So with the technology right now, but anyway, if you're planning to do a business here abroad, just make sure that it's what you really love to do.
Okay.
And if you're starting a family here overseas, like if you marry a foreigner or even Filipino that lives here already,
Mhm.
um, my best advice is like really a good communication, because you even like someone is already Filipino who been born here, they've been brought up in different culture.
Of
So
course.
you do try to meet your standards where the both of you can understand each other and what would be the glitch of it. Like
Hmm.
um like most of the Dutch people, they the husband they help the spouses. So
Yeah.
and some of them they don't really like too much like
Yeah.
visit in the house and everything, and
Hmm.
sometimes they don't understand that one. So you have to like, oh, I'm gonna visit a friend here, is it like the scheduling here is so important as well.
Yes. Mga agendas.
Yeah, agendas,
Mm-hmm.
and it's so important that sometimes I miss that because I'm old school.
Meaning?
I write down on my my schedule in the paper, and he want it to be digital so that he can see
Oh,
it because he's IT.
right, right, right.
So
Okay.
there's a
I see.
miscommunication, like, oh,
Hmm.
something like that.
So you have a notebook, a planner, but
I
he
yeah.
wants it on his phone.
So
Okay. Hmm.
so he
That's
wanted
okay.
like to be scheduled in the phone like a specific day hour, so that whenever we go somewhere, then and
Okay.
um actually, it's so fun to have like make the kids growing up with two cultures. And living here abroad is a privilege. And if you do have at a younger age, if you're single and you have a privilege to come here, try. Spread
Okay.
your wings. I always tell my niece and nephews like spread your wings. Don't rely on your parents, because what will you do whenever they're suddenly gone? We don't wish it to happen, but sometimes the universe doesn't allow us to go longer with our parents.
Yeah.
So you grab that opportunity to, it could be you might be the one who can help your family. You might be the one could see that person in a way that could meet someone here to marry with or something.
Right.
There's
Yes.
always like open your book of, go
Hmm.
outside the box and open the
Right.
book of new pages.
Right. Yes. So,
According to like the
diba?
pastor told us, because if you're gonna read the book of Acts, the book of
Yeah.
Acts is until 28.
Hmm.
So this says your life is the book of Acts. Acts is an action. Your life is a book of Acts in the 29th, because it's still in the process.
Okay. Okay.
So
So that means you can still have good control.
yes. See,
Okay.
we are the one who's controlling our mind, our how we see ourselves, how we gonna write our life.
Right. Right.
So
Right.
that's how the one of the pastor that I really I forget his name, that was really like, and if you guys read in the book of Acts, it's just until the verse 28,
Hmm.
like chapter 28, I could say
I
chapter
see.
28,
Right. Yeah.
and then it's the word acts is meanings, it's a verb, it's an action, it's going through. See, your life, each one of you has a responsibility of that person to be praying or something. The person that
Right.
you knew today is you have the responsibility to pray for that person. He says like, okay,
Okay. Oh.
yeah. And
Oh,
then
that's
your life
nice.
is in the chapter 29. You are the one making your life written.
Right.
He says
Right.
like,
Oh, wow.
okay,
But
you know,
biglang realization, ano? That's true.
and you know what? Of
Mm-hmm.
or like existing 36 years in this this world by
Mm-hmm.
God's grace. Um, there are some people that be betrayed or something me, and then I just ignored it.
Okay.
And then I don't know that even back then, like, stabbing behind your back, and then suddenly when they say that don't you don't react after years, they can just gonna say sorry. I say something
Yeah.
against you. I'm like,
Okay.
Oh, thank you for saying that. I appreciate of your honesty, but I appreciate it, and I don't really hold grudges because for me, life is too short to be, to take the anger longer. And
Right.
yeah,
Yeah.
you
That's
could,
true.
you
Wow.
you could like um hate the situation, but you
Hmm.
don't hate the person. But sometimes our
Oh,
spouse
that's a little bit
wanting to
difficult.
fight,
Yeah.
you know. And so
Yeah. Yeah.
sometimes I'm telling my spouse, I don't hate you. I just the situation itself, I don't like it. So I
Mm-hmm.
don't feel comfortable with it sometimes,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
especially when I was in the
Yeah.
in England when I missed my flight. That's what I told you.
Oh, right.
Because of that, I said, "I'm sorry. I'm irritated, not
Yeah.
because of you, not because of you,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
but it's because of the situation that
Right.
I like."
Right. We're only human beings naman
Yeah,
din. It's a normal
robot.
response.
I'm not robot. I my response is not genuine, but my response is depending on the situation. But sometimes
Right.
we could not just hold the situation in our the way we want it.
No,
Sometimes we
exactly.
press.
Yeah, exactly.
So
It's a matter of now giving yourself a little bit of
yes,
calm to calm
yes,
the nerves or so. Nako, Glory, I really love this conversation that we
me
had.
too.
Yeah,
I hope
but
that
yeah,
we shall be one
unfortunately,
person.
exactly. Unfortunately, I think it is indeed time for us to have maybe another reschedule. Who knows?
Yeah,
We'll have
indeed.
another kwentuhan, another guesting. Yes, but for now, maraming salamat. Thank you so much again for giving us this opportunity to share so many. I really like it because I learned a lot,
Thank
and
you.
I'm
From
hoping that
Philippines.
also our listeners, ang listeners natin and viewers also learned a lot from this episode. It's a little bit more in depth, but it's very meaningful.
Thank
Especially kasi ito yung, yeah, it's kind of like the the heart and the spiritual side
you.
of
Thank you for that.
living, o, di
Thank
ba?
you for
Right.
having me. It's always a privilege of
Mhm.
sharing my thoughts in my history in the past. So
Right.
it's
Yeah.
nice. I always just like it's nice to inspire others by small things.
Definitely, definitely. Maraming salamat. Thank you so much again. And actually, to our listeners and viewers out there, please support the Verlinden Families channel.
Thank you.
And also, if you'd like, sis, you can also promote for us who live here in the Netherlands, your salon and your business or your products. Do you still,
Yes, yes, I do.
yes?
I
Please go ahead.
my salon names is Celeste's Beauty, so you can check it out. And I'm living in Limburg, but I do a lot of I do nails, massage, and eyelashes. I do dermaplaning, and I do eyebrows, coloring, and lashes coloring,
Mhm.
and everything beauty things.
Right.
So come. We are ongoing our website right now, and come visit us soon. And yeah, I'm
Right.
happy to
So
serve.
you do have a website.
Yes, we are
I
on a
will
process. By January, it will be available.
okay, perfect. So I will update this podcast and also itong YouTube because this is also going to be on our YouTube channel. So I will update it and I will add a link of your website
Thank
once it's
you.
available.
That will be wonderful.
Yes. For us so we could support also Glory and their business.
Thank you so
Very
much.
nice. Okay. Yes. And again, thank you so much again, Glory, for your time. I appreciate it.
Yeah.
And sa inyo rin po by our listeners and viewers here with us here on Pinay Moms Blogs, Kwentuhan with Pinay Moms Blogs. Please don't forget po to check out also, we have other podcasts with our other guests. You can check that out also on our Spotify and Google Podcast. And i-check out na rin po ninyo ang aming website at www.pinaymomsblogs.com. It's a blog post, so if you're interested to read some articles, and we also share a few other stories there. Feel free to check out. And once again, until next time po, and I'm very happy now we're back with our podcasting. Hopefully we get more guests. And yeah, maraming salamat po uli. Maraming salamat po muli. And until next time, stay safe, everybody. Thank you so much.
Yeah. Next time, maybe if you're gonna like, my husband can sit next to me if you would love.
Yes, yes. Oh, I would love that if it's okay with him
Yeah.
too.
Yeah. We
Thank
talk
you.
sometime. we're gonna look for a time for that.
Yeah. Okay. Sounds good. All right. Thank you so much again. And until
Thank
next
you.
time, take care. Bye bye. Hey guys. Thanks for watching this video. If you'd like to see more episodes of Pinay Mom's Blogs, please click on any of the links up ahead, or you can subscribe to our channel and don't forget to hit the bell button to get notified of our new posts every time. Thanks for watching.